Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Xenoblade Chronicles 2. We are from the loading screen because I want to talk a little bit about the end of last episode where basically we lost a good friend of ours, Van Damme. He sacrificed himself to teach us a very, very harsh lesson that we all have our own war. And for now, we need to continue with chapter 6 where there's so much to unpack. The fact that there's another person in Pyra, Mithra, and it looks like Mithra is actually the real Ether. And Pyra is just a different personality she summoned, created, to be displayed on the foreground. I don't know exactly as how it works yet. We'll have to figure it out in the next chapter, I'm sure. And how does that involve in fighting with Pyra? Do we have to choose one of them? Do we fight both of them? Is it an extra ability? Interesting, but yeah, for now we are still focusing a little bit on the sacrifice of Van Damme, and that was a very hard pill to swallow in the last episode. It actually really left me speechless. It did. But I think for now, I think the only thing we can do, especially considering how he was, is continue on with the next chapter. And I think, is it chapter 5 or chapter 6? Oh, chapter 3 I think even. Anyhow, let's continue on. Chapter 4, Aegis. Is this the past? Is this the breaking of the continents? What happened all those years ago? Damn, this looks like a Dragon Ball Z combat between two extremely powerful fighters. Was she in a mech? Cool. Really cool.
The body may die, but never the soul, which is merely passed on. Souls flow onward, born and reborn, forever part of the great ether stream.
Why friends make grave here? Can we not take Biggie home to village?
He'd want to be buried where he fell. It is traditional amongst mercenaries.
Yeah, and he was a great mercenary at that.
I'm so sorry, Vanda. If only I hadn't listened to those people, you'd still be... I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's not your fault. No matter what, those guys would have tracked us down eventually. What matters is that Van Damme saved all our lives. For now, let's just be grateful to him for that.
We are.
You're right.
I won't forget your words, Van Damme. Ever. I'll fight my own war. With Pyra. Pyra? Are you all right?
Yes.
Good. I was worried that you might not. Wake up. Pyra. You know I've got to ask. That thing that happened yesterday, you called yourself Mithra?
What? I am...
I'd like to hear that too. That power, it wasn't normal. Is that the true power of the Aegis? I think you owe us an explanation. It was pretty crazy.
It
I
was.
want to know too. Pyro was super strong. Why so strong, huh?
No, don't pressure the girl.
Well, the thing is... I mean...
Pyra?
Why?
Huh?
Why did you wake me up?
Huh? What?
I didn't want to wake up. I didn't want to come back. I left everything to her so I'd never have to use that power again. But then you woke me up.
Woke you up?
If you hadn't been so useless, none of this would have happened. I wouldn't have had to use this power. Didn't you listen to that Van Damme guy? He told you to hold back. He told you to run. But you just had to push yourself, idiot. Look where it's got us now.
You
really messed up.
You don't have to tell me that. I know, all right. I knew I was being an idiot.
Rex.
But I couldn't hand you over to them. I wanted to keep you safe.
What? At any rate, if you've got questions, you can ask her. I'm out of here. Bye.
Alright, feisty personality.
That's not fair. Everyone, I'm very sorry about all that. Malos and I are Aegises. Blades born with a terrible power, strong enough to destroy the world.
Malos is another Aegis.
Long ago, there was a man who climbed a world tree, hoping to make it to Elysium and meet his creator. But when he arrived at Elysium, he found it empty. So instead, as proof that he had reached that divine realm, he brought back 2 core crystals, Malos and me. And once he made it back to Alrest, he awakened Malos. Why he did it, I can't say. For greed, for power, or perhaps... When Malos awakened, he wielded his world-shaking power without restraint. To him, it was natural. He had never known anything else. I was awakened by a driver who was determined to stop Malos's rampage. So Malos and I fought. I fought with all my might, and succeeded in defeating Malos. But not without a price. 3 great titans fell in the struggle. After the battle, I sealed myself away to ensure that power would never be unleashed again. I took the form you see now, and fell into a long slumber. That was 500 years ago.
The Aegis War. The man who awakened Mithra was Adam, hero of the lost kingdom of Torna. Adam fought as Mithra's driver to protect the world from Malos. We Titans played our part in that battle too. It is our calling to live alongside humanity after all.
Gramps?
Adam hid Pyra's sleeping body inside a great ship and sunk her to the cloud sea's floor where none could abuse her power.
So that day, that's the ship that we... That's how Pyra and
I believe it was fate that we met each other. Otherwise, my sister would never have woken up.
You call her your sister?
Mithra and I used to talk together. In that dream of Elysium where you met me.
Oh.
We promised that when we were awakened again, we'd go home to the real Elysium. And then we would fulfill our real purpose.
And that's... defeating Malos again?
Alright, so that's the reason why Malos could enter that dream of Elysium to talk to Pyra, because he's an Aegis as well. Okay, that makes sense now, actually. Yeah.
I'm very sorry about Mithra. She didn't mean all that. You have to understand, she came out because she wanted to protect you. She broke her own seal for you. Even used her power as the Aegis. The flame powers I use are just a shadow of her strength. Droplets of excess energy trickling through the seal.
Don't worry about it. She was right. This was all my fault. I'm just glad... that you finally managed to open up a little. Also, thank you for protecting everyone, I mean.
Protecting? Me?
Your powers are incredible. I could feel the truth behind the legends.
I'm sorry.
You apologize a lot. You know that? I guess you still feel guilty about the Aegis's power, right? But I don't want you to have to apologize anymore. I hope I can help you move past that. No. I know I can.
Rex,
Power depends on the heart of its wielder. That's what Vandam said. That's why your power is the power to protect. The power to keep everyone safe and smiling. I want to do the same. I'm gonna be the kind of driver who can protect you in turn, I promise. Make a girl cry? That's not gonna fly. Make a girl smile? You pass the trial. That's the third rule of the Salvager Code. Yeah?
Rex! Rex! Can you help Tora with repairing of Poppy, please?
Okay, I'll be right there. Oh, yeah. What's for dinner tonight?
how does meatball pot ofa sound?
Delicious.
Such a simple
Can't
mind,
wait.
Rex, but brilliant character.
That's my Rex. Never loses his smile. And that's what keeps us all going. Reminds you of Adam, don't you think?
And let me guess. Adam died in that conflict between her and Malos, didn't it? Someone she really cared for, just like she cares for Rex right now.
What's this?
Take it, and go to Indal. That dagger's owner will tell you how you can get to Elysium.
this is a blade weapon, right? Who's its owner?
The man who was once my driver.
Your driver? Huh? But then...
Cole is a blade.
Hmm.
We fought
Okay.
together in the Aegis War. Yes. His real name is Minoth.
Blades not get old, though. Why Cole look so old?
Because I'm one of the cursed ones. A flesh eater.
Flesh eater?
A blade who has been fused with human cells. A long time ago, before the war, some sought to test the limits of Blade's potential. I am a product of their experiments. One of the unlucky ones who was tainted by their folly.
Why would ancient people do that?
It seems that by combining Blade and human, it is sometimes possible to create blades with extremely unique powers. But only very rarely. Most experiments were failures, and I was no different. I gained nothing at all, and lost my immortality to boot. I likely won't last much longer.
Grandpa?
Before I go, I want to see where your path ends. That dagger will aid you. Will you do this for me?
Of course. Oh, but can I ask you to do something too?
Stay alive till we deliver it.
I was wondering if you could write a play about Van Damme.
About Vandam?
Yeah. I think his story could inspire a lot of people. Once I find Elysium, I'll come see you again. Show it to me then?
An interesting notion. Perhaps that is the least I can do. Very well. I'll do it. So see you make it back here in one piece. Understand?
Oh, we will.
Absolutely.
We will.
You have my word.
Alright, that scene lasted long enough for my screen to go on save. Yeah. Didn't expect that. But there are still a few things that I'm still wondering about. Because, to be honest, I thought Jin was the leader of the group and not Malos. Am I mistaken in that? Or am I missing a piece of information I don't have yet? And is Jin also an Aegis, just like Malos? So many questions, so many things we still need answers to. Are we gonna get the religious zealot now to fight as an boss enemy at some point? Because there usually is at least one in an RPG, isn't there? And that looks definitely like one. But yeah, and now we need to find our way to Indal. Is it also going to be on Araya? Now, to get to Indal, we need to... Rex! Ah, Zuo! Listen, don't you worry about us. You just carry on with your own journey. It's what I like to say, but could you come back to Garfont and speak to you for a few moments? There's something we need to talk to you about. Something the boss left behind. Something from Van Damme? Yeah, well, we give you the details once you get back to Garfont. Don't keep us waiting, yeah? A gift? Or responsibility? It is a main story quest, so we can't deny it. And let's be honest, why would we... Ooh! Did you see that? It's time! We finally have access to our third slot, if I interpret that correctly. Yes, we can now use a third one if we wanted to. Alright, so we've got an attacker, we got a healer, and I think his third one should be an attacker as well. So let's just equip another one just to have one in the empty space. Just to unlock a few things, you never know what he has. Arufumi, you will be a good one to have at that point, at least for now.
You're the boss!
Yes, I am. And now we are a wild cavalier. Alright. And he doesn't have other ones. I do wonder, will he eventually make more like Poppy? Or will we find a way to make him carry a blade too? Because I want him to have more than just Poppy. Like multiple defender units, like an actual tank. Alright, which one should we give her? Well, we can just put Azami on there. I still don't think this is one that probably befits Nia best, but no, I think I wanna keep a healer on there, just to have an entire healing team on it, just to make sure that she will always go for the potions, and we always have healing abilities to keep everything on the up and up. And yes, I could transfer Azami to another character, one that can actually use an attacker, but since we only limited in transferring blades, I want to leave it as long as possible until I am 100% sure I want that character on another person and knowing who that person will be. So, Azami, first thing that comes to mind is attack, but it's way too early to make that decision, because what else does Azami have what I need to be taken into consideration? Right, what abilities does he have? What does she do? Until I know that, I can't switch her over. Something I will eventually decide, but not now. And we have so many more rare blades that we want to unlock. Well, I want to unlock, so much more we need to find. And I'm pretty sure most of them will end up on the wrong driver where we need to switch it. So, like I said, I want to be mindful of who I'm gonna spend the transfers on. Yeah, 2 crown healer.
What would you do without me?
No idea. Okay, so do we have something to unlock? Possibly. Yeah, and I have decided just to level up whatever we can, but focusing on the ones we are actively using. So we can go 1 to level 3. Increases aggro drawn from drivers by 50%. I think we would want that, right? Restore 7% when guarding, recharge otherwise with an attack. Now I'm gonna go with spinning cutter. Good. And for you, reduces 20% aggro towards user upon landing a hit, which is always nice. Increase damage dealt from the back by 120%. I actually like both of them. I'm gonna go with this one. Don't worry, the rest will come eventually, cause we will not stop fighting. I can guarantee you that. Alright, let's check if we unlock some stuff. That was what I was about to say. Let's see. Resplendence, increased blade combo, and Flaming Edge level 4 increases critical damage to 40%.
I'll be so popular, it'll be unreal.
Unreal. Yes, potion hoarder. Extends time as people remain on the ground. Never a bad thing. What kind of ability you have? Windmaster and agronomy. Knowledge related to vegetables. So it is for gathering, and this is just wind, which compensates for the loss of Van Dyne. Very little, but we can use that.
Let me handle the support role.
Increases blade combo damage. Good. And this is a fire master, alright? I'm sure we can use it in some capacity. But like I said, these blades, they're just for filler at the moment. I guess like eventually when we have a little bit more control over which blades do we keep, which ones do we leave, which do we release, then we can start looking at what kind of extra abilities do the ones that we have, and which of those do we want to keep. Like if we don't get a rare blade with focus, we might go with a casual, like a normal blade and level that one up just so we have it in our list. Those are little things that I'm starting to think about in between the episodes. But for now, let's keep it at this, and I will not chip them because I really am sure that we probably won't use them in combat. But like I said, if we do, I will update that. You know, we might as well do it now, why not? We still have a few left. Yeah, it levels them up straight away all the way to that level. Standard attack, spinal, critical hit rate, scale. Well, this is the better one, but let's give this one then to the one that Rex is using. These are chips we can easily get, so it's not like I am wasting it. Well, depends on how you look at it, of course. The birch ball. Alright, so. But just in case that the AI picks that character, at least it does some damage. Alright, let's continue on. So, we have to go to the place where we met Van Damme. Let's talk to a couple of stars we probably will have in the city. Something wrong? Did Iona really get kidnapped? I'm glad to hear she's okay now. She looked really sad when I saw her in town though. She looked kinda scared too. But I reckon I'll be able to cheer her up if I take her out for a rainbow parfait. No worries. It's a bit simplified or if that's if that will help or not, but I like the idea. Something wrong? That bloke called at Momoma Playhouse is really a master of his craft. But there's something a bit suspicious about him. He's always got that hood up. Hard to tell if he's even really an Urian. I hear he used to be a mercenary too. I can't imagine how he wound up in the show business. Me neither, but as long as he makes a play of Van Damme, he can be whoever he wants to be. Okay, let's have a few check down here, see if there are some more new text we want to include. Never let down your guard. Mercs are always threading a thin line. Van Damme was always ready to give up his life for the cause. Same goes for his followers and me. But Iona, she's shaking up something bad. One minute he's here, and the next he's not. That's a wound that's gonna take a long time to heal. Yes, I'm pretty sure it's gonna take a really long time. Come on. It's Van Damme. He's loved by all. Are you alright? Sorry. I was really getting into this book. It's just... I can't stop thinking about Mr. Van Damme. Grandpa said I should try reading a book to take my mind off things, and that's all I've been doing lately. Well, I hope it helps. Because like he said, it's gonna take some time to get over it. Well, not get over it, but to give it a proper place. Because you really don't get over losing someone important. Definitely not. Alright. There's probably a lot more people we can talk to in town just to slightly start increasing that development level. Because we want to make it as high as possible so we can buy the shop deeds, because I want all of them. That's my personal mission in this game. But for now, let's continue on with the main story and go back to where we need to go. Let's see. There it is, Garfont Village. I thought it was going to be part of one of the other maps. Yeah, what I'm hoping for is by just continuing a little bit, we get the option to do something more with our blades.
Let us go.
Because once we do, we can start using our cores again, opening them up, trying to get more rare blades, because that's where it's at. All those rare blades. Because I've seen a picture of one blade online. If it's true, I absolutely want that one. Once we get it, I will tell you which one it is. Or unless you guys can guess it in the comments. It's one of a different game from the same makers. I think you already know what I'm going at. Something bothering, friend? Well, I believe you and Zuo are wanting to speak with you. Of course, I already know what it's about. And what it means for us all. You'll probably want to come and speak to me shortly. I have something prepared especially for you. Ooh, so whatever it is, there is a gift involved. Ah, Rex. Good to see you. Hi. Don't look so down. The boss left a message for me to give to you if anything ever happened to him. A message from Van Damme? For me? You don't think he knew he'd... Maybe, but if you ask me, I don't think he knew. It's just the kind of life us mercenaries live. You never know which day might turn out to be your last. So, it's not uncommon for us to leave messages like this, just in case. Now listen up, because this is important. Rex, I leave the Garfond mercenaries in your hands. Is there anything else? Nope, that's you lot. What? Leaving it to me? That's a joke, right? No, this is no joke, kid. It's Van Damme through and through. He says what he means, no more, no less. Well, I mean, I won't deny it's simple, but why would he ask me to? Well, the boss thought a lot of you, kid, and I think you've struck a chord with the rest of us too. You're an honest, straightforward guy with plenty of nerve and resolve, and let's be honest, you give us all hope. I don't think I can really take all credit for any of that. Maybe not, but there's something about you, kid. Everyone feels it. So tell me, Rex, will you do as the boss asks? Hell yeah. Because I have a feeling that this is what I've been waiting for. Maybe something to do with our blades? Because what I gather from Mercenary is that we can get people from there to fight with us maybe? And maybe use for our blades to fight with them? Just spitballing before we get it. There's some theories. But yes, definitely will take it. Alright, I'll do it. Strong words, well said. Nothing less from the guy old Van Damme staked his hopes in. But what exactly would I have to do as the band's leader? You said you don't have any other messages from Van Damme, right? Nope, he's a man of few words. But of course you'll have me and Zuo to help you out. We couldn't ask you to suddenly handle all the operations on your own. You just dole out the big general orders for now. You can count on us to take care of the details. And then, well, I guess we'll show how things go from there. Okay, I guess I can probably handle that. Right, then let's start by explaining how things work around here. Our little band takes on all kinds of assignments from all across Alrest. From escort missions and clearing out monsters, down to gathering materials and sometimes even smaller things. But tell me something, Rex, I get the feeling you've got more blades than you know what to do with, am I wrong? You have no idea, you have no idea. If you've got blades sitting around doing nothing, you can assign them to carry out missions as part of the band. It'll be good experience for them and you'll reap the rewards to boot. Tell you what, it'll be quicker to explain if you try it out for yourself. Go ahead, choose a mission and try clearing it. The Merc Group menu is now open. Exit it from the main menu, Merc Group. Finally! This is what I've been waiting for. Something that we can do with our blade, other than just releasing them. Because that's the one thing that held me back. Because when you release them, they're gone forever. And I don't know if that means that we cannot get that specific blade anymore. Eventually the pool will be emptied out. Probably not, I think it's just randomly generated, but yeah. But this way we can have some more benefits with it. We can let them go out and gather materials for us. We can let them go on missions and gain experience and come back as a more valued member for us to have in our party. I see a lot of potential here. There will still probably be a few that we're gonna release, but at least now we can make the room and take some time to decide that. New missions added. Uraya. Only here for now? Maybe if we do more missions, we open up some more. Did you see the Ansel near Garfund? If it ever looks like it's going to get in, could you make sure that it doesn't? Time required, 1 minute. Mission requirements, strength +1. Ah, so we can put 6 blades in it. Oh, that's perfect. Should we just put some randoms in there? Suggested field skills, transport, industry, production master.
Sure, go on.
I'll finish the job.
I won't let you down.
What's the plan, boss?
Sure, go on.
So the question is, if we put them in here, will those be gone from their list and open up 3 slots that they can use for new blades, or will they still be maxed out? That's a good one to wonder, isn't it? And I think we have more than enough strength to do this mission. Let's go for it. Choose a blade to appoint as leader. Oboro. He looks like a very leadery type, doesn't he? The assembled squad will be deployed. Is this okay? Engaged blade will be disengaged if necessary.
Alright, where are we at? I've got a few tricks up my sleeve.
Just remember to have fun.
Ah, this actually looks really cool. Alright, so now we wait a minute, I guess. Alright, let's have a look around town for that 1 minute. See if it changes anything. We can talk to the stars while we wait. The Garfund mercenaries take on jobs anywhere in Alrest. Me and my sister joined up after Van Damme saved our asses on a mission at the time. I still haven't come close to paying him back for that. Never dreamed he'd be gone before I got the chance. Zuo and you are working hard to pick up the slack, but who knows what will become of the Garfund mercenaries? Well, I think I have an inkling. We'll be taking over, and you'll be thriving before you know it. Even without Van Damme, the Garfund mercenaries aren't going anywhere. We have to carry on what he started. I think we all feel that way. Did you talk to Ju and Zuo yet? There's a lot of riding on your shoulders too, so good luck.
Did you miss me?
I hope things went well.
And they are back. Let's... How many? I see 2 more star text. 3, alright. But let's finish up this mission first.
Make sure you tell them how much I helped.
Copy. Initiate rest mode.
So you took care of the Ansel. Nice one. Your efforts have won the villages another day of peace.
Just you wait. I'll show you something awesome.
Okay, so this does also increase their trust. Probably not the requirements for opening them actually up, but it does help us along the way. Alright.
Aim higher! I can't stop growing!
Well, this is going to be a really nice extra mini game to add for our blades, definitely.
Woo! Bring it on!
Ooh, we actually unlocked something. I thought I still had to do that myself. Smash circle. He probably used it during his combat, yeah.
I've still got room to improve.
Alright. So we got experience, they got some extra skills, and this one is done. Okay, so we cannot redo missions once we've done them. Alright, so is it limited? Or will there also be a lot of missions that are automatically generated or something? Alright, I will talk to the star characters a little bit later. For now, let's continue on so we can fully invest in our mercenary mode. Ah, looks like you completed the mission. Good work, Rex. Rose to Merc Group Rank 1. Maximum number of common blades increased. New Merc missions available. As you complete missions, it will build our band's reputation. The higher our reputation, the more missions we'll get. And it also lets you manage more blades at a time. Sounds like a good thing all around. This time you set up a mission for me, but how should I find more in the future? Well, you see now, we'll send a few missions your way ourselves. Aside from that, you can ask around town, see if anyone needs help. There are plenty of people out there with troubles that need solving. Might be a good idea for you to go back and see how things are in Argentum and Gorma too. Right, I'll have to remember that. Oh yeah, I have one more piece of advice for you. Different missions have different requirements and each blade has strengths and weaknesses too. If you pay attention to the makeup of your squad, you might be able to get the job done quicker. Think about everyone's strengths and weaknesses to get missions done efficiently. Got it. Sounds like you are getting the idea. For now, just try to complete as many missions as you can, and once you're used to that, we'll see what else you can do. I'll be wanting to give you a test, so drop by Garfund once in a while. I have to take tests even though I'm the leader? Oh, and remember, whenever you have blades going spare, don't hesitate to assign them to a bunch of missions. We aren't going to run out of missions anytime soon, so the world is full of folk who needs a little mercenary help. Well, helping people in need? So this is what Van Damme devoted his life to. I'll have to work hard and make this a mercenary band he'd be proud of. That's the spirit, Rex. We're all counting on you, so keep it up. Very, very nice.
I reckon the quickest route is back to Argentum, ship to Morardane, then on to the Praetorium.
If we're lucky, there'll be a guild ship at the port.
Can't say no to a free ride. Let's go and see.
It doesn't cost anything?
Salvagers can board guild ships for free. I'll negotiate for you guys too.
That would be big help!
Looks like you've become the leader of the Garfund mercenaries. Congratulations! Let's take a moment to go over what you just told us. Mercs can expect to field requests for all kinds of missions. Usually, you get a notification on the right of the screen when a new merc mission becomes available, but you can also check them in the menu. The next point is about the importance of making sure that you build the right team for the job. For each mission, you'll need to put together a squad of blades. If you look careful at the job details, you should be able to figure out which skills you'll need the blades you send to have. By the way, your mercenary band has a rank of its own, which can be raised by completing certain missions. When you think the band might be ready to size up to the next level, go and talk to Jew. I'm sure he'll point you in the right direction. Raising your merc group's rank allows you to take on more challenging missions, so it's worth doing. Best of luck. I'm sure you'll be a great merc leader. I truly hope so, I do. Alright, so we know where we need to be for the main story, but I want to play around a little bit more with the merc missions. And of course I want to start opening up a core crystal again, of course, just to see if we can get a few more rares. And we need to go back to Argentum and Gormath to see if we can get some missions that way. And I'm thinking, will these merc missions also help with the increasement of the development level of towns? Because if that's the case, then even more important we do this. Because like I said, we want those development levels to go as high as possible. To at some point, these stores will be willing to sell us their deeds. Yeah. We got plenty to do before we head along with the main story. But for now, let's talk to a few more people and then call it a day. Are you okay? I'm sure everything's fine. You're such a worrywart, Pyra. Well, there's a fruit in Uriah called a black pomegranate. And each one of you eats got a different flavor. Sweet, sour, bitter. Meh, amazing! When Van Damme brought us here, he gave us all black pomegranates. Back then, it tasted really bitter and I spat it all out. Van Damme burst out laughing. And now, just like that, he's gone. This is why you can't trust grown-ups. Well, it's not like he wanted to leave. He had a job to do and he did it. Alright. Rabu. Are you okay? I'm sure everything's fine. You're such a worrywart, Pyra. Yeah, don't worry, sorry to worry you. I'm just fine. I had a bunch of strong fellas working under Van Damme taking care of me. Juzo, not to mention you guys. You're all part of the family. Aw, that's actually really sweet. Ooh, what's kind of symbol is that?
Huh.
Oh, you should have at the right time.
Nia, Poppy very interested to hear details of this.
Yeah, me too. Can you give us the lowdown? You already know that Urian Titan swallows down stuff from the outside now and again, right? I mean, you should know. You're some of the stuff it swallowed, ain't ya? That's exactly what I wanted to ask you about. I need you to go check if anything dangerous washed up with all that junk. Well, someone's gotta take care of this. We'll see what we can organize. Okay. If you do find something dodgy, don't touch it. It might be hazardous. Just let me know about it if you find some. Roger. Ah, okay, so this is how you get new merc missions. You get that symbol with the shield and 2 blades, and that's a merc mission. Right, good to know. Ah, a rookie leader, huh? You really gotta nail down the basics of battle then. If the enemy get the drop on you when you don't have your weapon drawn, you're gonna take a lot of damage. You wanna be battle ready, otherwise you'll get bashed up. Then you want to watch out for the ugly mugs out there that will get into a rage. If they're all worked up, then things are gonna be different, so you need to be on guard.
Alright, get it.
Alright. Well, so now we know how to find more merc missions, which makes it definitely a lot easier when we go back to Gormoth and Argentum to find those mercenary missions, because we want to unlock them.
A mercenary never knows when death is gonna claim him. I guess even the leader of the Garfin mercenaries is no exception. Van Damme was a fine man, a strong fighter and a charismatic leader, but death came for him all the same. You think you have time to hang around feeling depressed? If you're gonna fill his shoes, you've got work to do. That goes for all of us. All we can do now is to keep moving forward. Yes, yes.
Which is totally true. And we have to make him proud.
I'm doing a lot of helping out. All good training to become a driver. Once I'm a driver, I'm gonna visit all sorts of mercenary bands.
Really?
That way I'll get to travel all over Alrest. I'll do whatever it takes to find the guy who got my mom and dad killed.
Ooh, that turned really dark at the last sentence.
Come out, come out.
Oh well. I do hope he will never get to that point, but the training itself, that necessarily is not a bad thing. Alright, did we see more? Oh, there it is. Shouldn't forget about you.
Oh, hello, friend.
Hey, you doing alright? Me? I still can't believe the old guy copped it. But that's enough moping for me. There's no way to behave in front of our new boss, is it? A2. Alright. Ooh, I see another mission here too. Ah, what are we going to do about this?
Something bothering friend.
Well, you may not know this, but Topreya ore has suddenly become extremely scarce of late, and a lack of supply means the price jumps sky high.
Oh, right.
Anyway, the problem is with the value riding so high, folks have started excavating the stuff without a license. No matter how many warnings they're given, they just come back for more as soon as they see a chance. So Fonsa and Maima has asked us to tighten up security. The plan is to start regular patrols, but we're not sure who to put on the job. Well, someone's gotta take care of this. We'll see what we can organize. Ah, you'll organize it for us? That would be a great help. With you taking care of this, there's a real load off my mind. Thanks. Well, we put it on the list. Doesn't mean we're gonna do it, just means it's on the list. Alright, let's have a quick look for potential more missions. Alright, well that's the control room for all things mercenaries. We'll start with that on the next one. You know what? Let's just pick that one as well, might as well.
Hey boss, are you taking on missions for the Merc group? The more missions you complete, the more you'll be trusted with the bigger ones. Just remember to drop by from time to time, yeah? Got it. We will.
Oh, hello friend.
Well, if it isn't our new leader. Even with Van Damme gone, the job quest just keeps on coming in. And until such time as they dry up, I will continue to perform my duties just as I always have. You can count on me to fill you in on the jobs we currently have going. Ah, thank you.
Ah, puppy. This person is the helpful information. It's Master Bond being lazy and making Puppy do all the work.
I'm afraid I don't have any new jobs for you today. How about you go walk the streets, listen to people's troubles? A good driver doesn't wait for work to come to him, you know? He finds what needs to be done for himself. Though, I suppose you know that already. Sorry to be presumptuous. No problem. Alright, now we have definitely talked to everyone here. Picked up all the missions, all the start texts are gone. And the only thing left for us to do is to go back to Gormoth, Argentum, and see what kind of missions we can pick up from there. But in between the episodes, I will work on a few of the Merc missions and try to unlock a few core crystals, see if we can get a few rare ones. And of course, if we do, you will be the first one to know in the next episode. But until then, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time as we're going around all the towns to see if we can get some more Merc missions. See you then. Bye bye.